really missed you. It's about it's more than a year that we haven't been together through this convergence by webinar or virtual na
You are
convergence.
unmuted.
We look forward that we will still be together and be having each other's time, particularly as we celebrate Nutrition Month. And as you can observe, no, our weather is somewhat erratic, and every now and then maulan, muinit, and we are also called to be ready at all times and be disaster resilient, as we also observe the National Disaster Resilience Month in coordination with our time check. It's already 1 o'clock, and we are already 120 here in the platform. So my co-pilot here, Ma'am Eden, our DRR regional focal person, uh, is also ready. And Sir Ton, our regional ITO, Sir Antonio Llagas, is also with us for this event.
Feeling perfect.
Okay, good afternoon, Zamboanga Peninsula, our colleagues from the 8th Division offices, from the Schools Division Office of the Pitan City, Dipolog, Isabela, Pagadian, Zamboanga City, and the provinces of Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, and Zamboanga Sibugay. Welcome to this webinar for the observance of the Nutrition Month as well as of the National Disaster Resilience Month. So we welcome you this afternoon. As we have said earlier that we literally missed you. So for the next couple of minutes, we shall be having the official or the formal opening and start of this afternoon's event. So maayong hapon sa mga kauban nato sa Dapitan. Despite of your fiesta celebration, we are happy to see some of the participants coming from Dapitan City, no? As well as to all of the participants coming from the 8th Division offices. Our bow of respect to our Regional Director, Dr. Ruth L. Puentes, our Schools Division Superintendents from the 8 divisions, our chiefs of the functional divisions of the regional office, colleagues, our dear teachers, non-teaching personnel, mayong hapon natong tanan. We also would like to have with us welcome this afternoon our resource persons, who will be properly introduced later. Thank you for accepting the invitation to render a lecture for this afternoon. So without much further ado, we will be having the preliminaries, which will be started with the national anthem, the opening prayer, as well as the regional hymn, which will all be shown or played via audiovisual presentation.
Pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, kaya sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Upang hinirang, kuya ka
Tayo po ay manalangin. Ama naming makapangyarihan sa lahat, na may gawa ng langit at lupa, kami po ay dumudulog sa iyong banal na harapan upang magpasalamat sa mga biyayang ipinagkaloob niyo sa amin at sa iyong walang hanggang pagmamahal. Basbasan niyo po ang bawat isa sa amin na nandirito sa lawak na to. Bigyan niyo po, mahal na Ama, ng katuparan ang adhikain ng pagtitipon na to para sa kapakanan ng buong kagawaran. Punuin niyo po kami ng mga kaalaman at karunungan na magsisilbing sandata namin sa pagsasagawa ng aming mga kani-kanyang tungkulin. Naway ang mga kaalaman at karunungan na aming makukuha mula sa mga tagapagsalita at tagapagdaloy ay maisasalin po namin sa isang kapaki-pakinabang at makabuluhang gawain na naaayon sa iyong banal na kagustuhan. Iiwas niyo po kami, mahal na Panginoon, sa anumang uri ng mga sakuna. Bigyan niyo din po kami ng malulusog na pangangatawan upang maipagpapatuloy po namin ang aming mga gawain sa araw-araw. Patawarin din niyo po kami, mahal na Ama, sa aming mga kasalanan at pagkukulang. Ang lahat na ito ay amin pong isinasamo at pinasasalamatan sa pamamagitan ng iyong banal na pangalan, Panginoon. Amen.
Hear the trees and flowers bloom. Hear the breezes gently blow. Hear the birds sing merrily, and liberty forever stays. Hear the bedjust roam the sea. Hear the summers live in peace. Hear the toasters cry so free, building up blessed unity. Gallant men of every swim, linger with love and care. Golden beams of sunrise and sunset, our visions you'll never forget. All this rich and light, hard-working people without every valley and dale. Sampangenyo sa galos, Bicolanos, Cebuanos, Ilocanos, Subanen, Purolanos, Ilonggos, all of them are proud and true, rich and fine our written land.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So, for the welcome address, our chief, Dr. Sheila Rose Biapyag, who is currently in Marikina, will be delivering her welcome address for all of us. Ma'am Shi?
Hello. Good afternoon to RD Ruth, ARD Cyrus, to RD Ochoterena, as well as ARD Halanes. Good afternoon from Marikina. We are all here for in preparation for the 2023 Palarong Pambansa. But this is my first time to attend or to deliver a welcome address for a nutrition and DRRM webinar combined. We know that July is month of DRRM month as well as Nutrition Month. But then this is unique because we have this webinar. It's a collaboration. It's joint collaboration between nutrition and the RRM. I'm very sure I'd like to welcome each and every participant to this webinar. We know I'm very positive that we will learn a lot from this, especially so that, as I have said, this is a unique webinar. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. God bless us all. Good afternoon once again.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Sheila. And also, we wish you good luck, especially to all our athletes who will be participating in the 2023 Palarong Pambansa. So may we
Thank you,
have
Doc.
You're welcome po. May we have Dr. Miriam A. Endin, our medical officer for the statement of purpose. In lieu of Dr. Miriam Indin, may we have Dr. Rowena Balsamo to deliver the statement of purpose for this afternoon's webinar. Ma'am Weng?
Hello, Doc. Good afternoon, and thank you very much. My bow of respect to our Regional Director, Dr. Ruth L. Fuentes, also to our ARD Cyrus Elejorde, and to all participants who are present in the platform, good afternoon. So we are glad to know, despite of the short notice, that you were able to attend this webinar. And at this moment, we are now 195 and still counting in the platform. So this activity, the webinar for Nutrition Month celebration and National Disaster Resilience Month, aims to promote health awareness to teaching and non-teaching personnel of the department. This aims also to support the National Nutrition Council's goal of promoting food and nutrition security, and also support the government programs geared towards attaining disaster resilience. So this whole afternoon, we expect you to we expect your full attention to the informations to be given to us by our equally brilliant and very supportive speakers. And I hope that all of us will be enjoying listening the knowledge that they will be imparting to us. So let's sit down, relax, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. So that's all. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Weng. And indeed, we are very much hopeful for all the participants to learn about our theme to be discussed this afternoon. So we are very much honored and delighted to have our regional director, Dr. Ruth L. Fuentes, to be with us this afternoon, and she will be delivering her message for all of us. Over to you, RD Ruth.
Okay. Good afternoon, a blessed afternoon, a blessed day to all of us. I'm happy to know that we're close to 200 participants in this forum. Well, it's about nutrition in celebration of nutrition. July is Nutrition Month. It's also a disaster resiliency month. I don't know why they are combined together, but we all know that nutrition is very significant. It's a factor in learning. No, we have this saying that best milk comes from contented cows. No, so that means there is really a correlation between nutrition and academic performance. Well, of course, that's the main reason why we have school-based feeding program, and we try to really integrate proper nutrition in our curriculum. So I hope this activity, this webinar would somehow capacitate us to be well um, in terms of inputs, we will be more capacitated, and we will somehow um, um, cascade this to our teachers and even to school. Now speaking about resiliency this time, I think that's if you're going to review the mission and vision, the word resiliency is there because resiliency it has now become a sort of national term because of what we just went through, the pandemic and all the natural calamities we are experiencing. So just right now, I just learned that Babuyan Island is now placed under typhoon signal number 3, and we have ongoing activities. Despite its supposedly vacation, but we have learning camps, we have the forthcoming pambansa, and we always say that one best quality that Filipinos possess is resiliency. Whatever happens, we manage to smile. Bumabagyo na, lumilindol na, nakangiti pa rin tayo. But that's for me is a good sign that um, it's a positive outlook, and it's how we adapt to the situation we are in. So I hope we just don't learn more about how we adapt, how we adjust, but somehow we also teach our learners and even our teachers, and we try to imbibe the qualities of being resilient, no? Kasi alam naman natin we cannot share something that we ourselves don't have. So I hope this is a resilient afternoon for all of us, because this is siguro one good thing that the pandemic has taught us is we can do virtual. So in other words, we can do multitask. I see some participants in other places attending the palaro, like Ma'am Sheila. Si ARD is with a group. Yung iba dyan, may nakita ako na nagpo-photocopy. Others are doing their thing at home. Others are still in school. Yung iba nasa offices. In other words, we managed to connect virtually. So ako din, I just learned about this activity just today, and thank God that I'm given the opportunity to join you. Natuwa ako kasi more than 200 kayo. So I hope all the objectives that were mentioned earlier would be realized, and everyone would be in the pink of health. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and God bless everyone.
Thank you very much, RD Ruth. Indeed, we are very much happy to have you with us this afternoon. And moving on, we shall be having the lecture, which will be given to us by our nutritionist and dietitian here in the regional office. So in the preparation of this webinar, we originally prepared 3 topics with 3 different invited resource person, but because of the overlapping of activities, or the many activities, not only here within DEPED, but also with our partner agencies, with which we requested a resource person to render a lecture for our topic discussion. We nonetheless were able to have 2. I just would like to make mention that our nutritionist, Ma'am Shulamite Grace Blanco, is in maternity leave. She gave birth about almost 1 month ago, but because of the difficulty as to the availability of our invited lecturers, she nonetheless give her time for us this afternoon. So without much further ado, our lecturer for the first topic entitled Healthy Diet Going Affordable for All, which is also the theme for this month's celebration. Please help me welcome Ma'am Shulamite Grace Amores Blanco. Ma'am Shu,
Hello po. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ma'am RD Ruth and ARD. And also, hello po. And to all the participants here in our webinar for today's lecture. So, much even then today's session. So, today we will just have a recap because we already know about nutrition. This is just basic for all of us. But minsan, nakakalimutan natin yung mga basic, no? Especially for nutrition. So, it is indeed just a basic concern for all of us, but we often neglecting all of these basics. So, para sa mga teaching and non-teaching staff, we are also parents at home. So at least we are informed in terms of nutrition about para sa self natin and also for our kids. So can we flash the hello po.
go ahead, Ma'am Shu.
Hi, okay. I will present the slides po or may available slides po tayo dyan.
You may manage na lang your slides and the slide deck.
Okay po. Kita na po ba yung slides?
Yes, Ma'am Shu. It's clear. Pwede nang start.
Okay po. So our theme or our slogan for today's nutrition for this year's Nutrition Month 2023 is healthy diet going affordable for all. So minsan it is our mindset ng mga tao na kapag healthy diet, mahal. So this year our slogan is pushing towards affordable diet. So what is a healthy diet and ano po ang ibig sabihin ng healthy diet going affordable for all? So this is to promote food and nutrition security, specifically affordability and ensure the right of everyone to have access to safe and nutritious food and be free from hunger. So especially to our children and our learners for our learners. So what are the objectives of our nutrition month for this year? So first is to engage consumers to support improvements in levels of diet quality towards sustainable healthy diets. Second, it's to generate participation of stakeholders at various levels and actions towards enabling access to affordable healthy diets. And the last one is to call support to the Philippine Plan of Action for Nutrition for the year 2023 to 2028 as the framework for action to improve nutrition security. Now, to start children on a healthy diet is to have an exclusive breastfeeding in the first 6 months and continue breastfeeding for up to appropriate complementary feeding. So, so sa ngayon, I am currently a month kumbaga, ina na ako sa isang buwan. So I am advocating also breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. So why is it? It's because on the first milk na produce ng breast ng isang mama is we can have, or we can share, or we can give the colostrum, which is the one of the most important nutrients that you can get in the breast milk of a mom. So may mga practices din po before na kahit 3 months pa yung baby, pinapainom na ng tubig. So here in our it should be exclusive breastfeeding the first 6 months. No water, no anything. Breast milk lang po for our baby. And to continue breastfeeding for up to 2 years and beyond. So bakit po 2 years? Because we also pushes, kung na-remember niyo po, our slogan or our theme for last year's Nutrition Month is the 1,000 days for our children. So ito po yung pinaka-crucial nga years or days ng mga bata para kumbaga magiging matibay ang foundation in terms of health ng ating mga bata. So it should be breastfeeding to continue up to 2 years. So with the appropriate complementary feeding. So ano po yung mga complementary feeding? So later on, I will give a little knowledge for, share ko po kung ano yung possible ng mga complementary feeding at paano po natin papakain yung mga bata 6 months up to 2 years. Now, another one is to eat the various unprocessed and minimally processed foods balanced across food groups while restricting highly processed food and drink products. So we all already knew about highly processed food and drink products. So ano po ba yan? Mga sodas, mga Tetra Pak juices. So yan po. Another one is to have a family and community food gardens as an additional source of food. So in Department of Education, in line with under the Health and Nutrition Unit, we also have Gulayan sa Paaralan program. And also under the LGU, we have Gulayan sa Bahay, if I'm not mistaken. So yan po. So we also pushes food gardens at home. So if may mga area po kayong pwede naman mataniman ng mga shrub, or we can have smaller ka ng mga maliliit mga like talong, okra na madali namang tumubo. So you can also use that area para naman po let's say makaka-save din po, at saka anytime pag walang ulam kukuha na lang dun sa garden. And another one is to buy food from local farmers. So we are also pushing this kind of practice. So healthy diet, it is an important aspect in achieving a functioning and well-nourished body. So kumbaga, having healthy diet is parati nating naririnig, ay, ano man yan, anapod na, healthy diet na pod. Unsa ba jud? O lang man gihapon, pareho lang man kasi lahat naman tayo namamatay. No, there are other people who are actually they're actually having that kind of mindset, but it's okay. We just have to educate them. So having a healthy diet is to eat various foods with many plant-based sources. So ano po ba yun? Ibig sabihin nun. So in our food plate, sa Pinggang Pinoy, kung makikita niyo po ang sa Pinggang Pinoy, it's half of the Pinggang Pinoy should be with vegetables and fruits, hindi po rice. So it's the other way around. No? So kailangan vegetables and fruits po ang mas marami sa plate natin. So another one is to consume 400 grams of fruits and vegetables per day. Ito na po. So paano po ba yung 400 grams of fruits and vegetables per day? So let's say for example, isang saging lakatan. Okay, so isang saging lakatan, that's already 80 grams. 80 grams na po siya. So just imagine nyo lang po na 80 grams yung saging lakatan plus vegetables pa po. So, how much na po yung nakakain nyo ng fruits and vegetables in a day? So, in short po, para hindi po masyadong nagko-compute tayo na nako-compute, it should be na lahat, every meal should have fruits and vegetables po. Meron po tayong gulay at saka prutas every meal. Another one is to consume carbohydrate food sources as your main and largest source of energy, mainly through consumption of legumes and whole grains. Now, there are also people na nagsasabi na, ay, hindi ako kumakain ng rice. I don't eat carbohydrates, but they are eating crackers. So, that is another source of carbohydrates. So, yung iba din po, ay, hindi ako makain ng no carbs ako ngayon. So there's no such thing as no carbs because if you're eating fruits and vegetables, there's still carbohydrates there. If you're drinking milk, there's still carbohydrates there. So there's no such thing as no carbs diet. So another one is to limit sodium intake to less than 2 grams per day or equivalent to a teaspoon of salt. So most especially for those cardiovascular disease, those patients or those clients or those people who are already having a cardiovascular disease. May mga high blood pressure na po. Ganun. So, next is to reduce total fat intake daily to less than 30% of total energy intake by limiting consumption of saturated fats and avoiding industrial trans fat. Instead, shift to unsaturated sources. Now, what are the examples of saturated fat? Okay, vegetable fat, meat fat, okay, lard. Actually, yung ginagamit din natin na cooking oil, we should also be very careful of that, especially to those people po na may nagkakaroon na po ng heart problem. Even school children, even children are nowadays they are already experiencing high blood pressure even at the kumbaga pinaka when I was working at the hospital, we have high blood patient na bata sa pedya. He was 9 years old. 9 years old po, high blood na po siya. So there's a question of ano po ba pinapakain ng parents sa bata. So most especially when we ask the parents, when we interview the parents, they told us that they're spoiling their kid. So every time na gugustuhin ni baby nakakain ng mga fast food, so bigay agad burgers, french fries, so those are saturated fats. So unsaturated fat sources po are some
Ma'am Shu, excuse, na-mute ni mo, ma'am. Naka-mute ka pa, ma'am. May we also request our participants to be please be mindful of your microphones. No, we shall be allowing only our source person na mag-online. All the rest are requested to have their microphones on mute mode.
hello.
You
Okay
may
na
now
po ba daw?
proceed, Ma'am Shula. So, kaway-kaway muna kami sa ating mga participants or our viewers sa ating official Facebook Live. So, we are now 326 and counting. Ma'am Shu, you may now
Wow.
proceed.
Okay. Thank you, Doc. Visible na po ba yung slides ko, Doc?
Ma'am Shrew, wala pa ang slides na balik.
Okay. How about this? Okay na po, Doc. Hello, visible na po ba yung slides ko?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay po. Okay, so to continue our lecture or theme for Nutrition Month. So another one is to limit free sugar intake to less than 10% or ideally 5% of total energy intake. So etong sugar, this is very tricky because everybody or all of us knew that table sugar is ito yung palaging sinasabi or palaging yes, it's a sugar, but when we say sugar here, it also, kumbaga, mga hidden sugars kasi sa pagkain natin. So, let's say you are fond of eating baked products like cookies, like brownies. So, there are hidden sugars too dyan. So, kung, especially for those diabetic people or for those PCOS or may polycystic ovarian syndrome na po ng mga tao, they are restricted to eat or to consume high sugar foods or high sugar meals. So, ito po yung isa sa mga kailangang bantayan, no? Yung mga hidden sugar. So, next is how to have a healthy diet for infants. So this is very timely because I am having an infant. I am actually today, as I am having this lecture, also pumping milk here. So para sa baby ko. So the first one is to have how to have a healthy diet for an infant is to have an exclusive breastfeeding from birth up to 6 months of life. So I already explained kung ano po yung bakit po na kailangan may exclusive breastfeeding po. So in line with my lecture a while ago in terms sa breastfeeding po is bakit po hindi binibigyan natin ng tubig for the first 6 months of life ang isang infant or isang newborn? So, need po siya ng water. Baby doesn't need water in the first 6 months of his or her life because the milk already has the complete nutrients na kailangan ng isang bata. So, there are also moms there na hindi po nila pinapadede ang baby nila. It's because masakit. Totoo pong masakit magpadede ng baby. But masakit lang po siya kapag hindi po proper ang pag-fed sa bata or kumbaga walang proper latching. Hindi naka-dede ng maayos dun sa suso ng nanay ang bata. So, another thing is, hindi pinapadede kasi konti lang yung milk. Konti lang daw yung lumalabas. For the first month or ng bata, konti lang talaga ang kailangan nila. So, kung ano yung napoproduce ng mama, ng nanay, lang din ang kailangan ng bata. Kasi ang liit-liit pa ng stomach ng newborn, especially for the first days of the infant, maliit lang po yung stomach nila. So parang buto lang ng sitaw ang stomach ng isang infant. So kung konti lang po yung napoproduce ng milk ng mama, that's good enough for his or her baby, for her baby po. So another thing is hindi po pinapa-breastfed kasi akala nila pag may sakit, let's say, inuubo ang nanay, hindi po pinapa-breastfed. Hindi po nakaka-apekto ang ubo. Kung may ubo po si nanay or may sipon si nanay, kaya hindi po pinapa-breastfed. No, hindi po. Kailangan pong i-breastfed kasi hindi po siya nakaka-apekto dun sa milk. But if ever the mom is under medication, like severe cases po, that's another thing. So kapag wala naman po, mild lang po yung cough and cold, so walang problema. Kailangan nyo pa rin pang breastfed. So just to give the right and complete amount of nutrients for our kids. So another Number two, to have a healthy diet for of infants, it should be continuously breastfed until 2 years of age and beyond. And the last one, from 6 months, pag 6 months na po si baby, complementary feeding must be initiated alongside breastfeeding. It must be a variety of safe, nutrient-dense foods and ideally with no added salts or sugar. Now, practice po ng mga ibang moms natin is, let's say, nagluluto sila ng lauoy or gulay. So, kung ano po yung timpla na ginagamit nila as usual in the house, yun din po ang pinapakain sa bata. So, hindi po pwede kasi may salt na po yun, may timpla na. So, yung iba din po, pag 6 months na pag kumakain na si baby, pinapainom ng soft drinks, pinapainom ng juice, pinapatry ng ice cream, ng lollipop, ng candy. So that's sugar. Now, what's the reason po behind bakit hindi po natin binibigyan ng may timpla na pagkain ang bata in the first from 6 months ang bata or kapag kumakain ng bata? It's because we will not introduce salty and sugary foods para po yung bata hindi po siya experience ang baby niya pinapakain or candy. Lahat ng kakainin niya may po is pinapakain nyo na ng may lasa na gulay, nilalagyan na ng salt, yun din po ang i-crave niya. So kapag kakain siya ng bland or walang lasa na pagkain, hindi siya kakain. So, but ito rin po yung difference kapag hindi natin pinapakain ng may added salt or sugar or pinapakain natin. It's yung difference po niyan is yung bata is hindi na po, kumbaga, kapag hindi po natin still ini-introduce earlier yung salts and sugar sa mga bata, whatever i-feed mo sa bata, most especially for our fruits and vegetables, the baby will eat. And bakit po pinapakain natin ng fruits and vegetables po on the first 6 months sa bata is to introduce sa kanila yung mga gulay at prutas para paglaki nila, kumbaga sanay na sila doon sa pagkain. And also, may mga parents na ini-introduce nila like broccoli, like cauliflower, steamed, mga ganon. Walang problema. It's good. It's good source of vitamin C actually. But pinupush po natin is to have to give to our children yung mga pagkain na usual na kinakain natin like kalabasa, like opo, like mga gulay. So yan po yung unang pinapakain natin sa mga bata para po paglaki nila hindi po sila naghahanap ng wala sa usual na kinakain natin. Okay lang kung afford naman ng parents, but for those for the majority of us, we can introduce at least yung mga vegetables na nakikita lang natin sa community para sanay na yung bata. And kumbaga, hindi ka na mahihirapang kapakainin yung bata. Alright, so next is to have a sustainable, healthy diet. To start early in life with early initiation of breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding until 6 months of age, and continued breastfeeding until 2 years and beyond, combined with appropriate complementary feeding, are based on a great variety of unprocessed or minimally processed foods, balanced across food groups while restricting highly processed food and drink products. It will also include whole grains, legumes, nuts, and abundance of variety of fruits and vegetables. So nakalagay po dito abundance and variety. So let's say po kung ikaw or yung anak mo kumain kayo ng papaya kaninang umaga, pagka lunch po another vegetable naman po. That's variety. So, iba-iba. Para nakakuha na siya ng beta-carotene for the eyes. Sa umaga, on lunch, may saging kayo o at least may potassium din siya. Yun po. So, it also means to include moderate amounts of eggs, dairy, poultry and fish, and small amounts of red meat. So small amounts of red meats. So there are children, newborn or infants na allergic to eggs and dairy products. So meron naman po tayong newborn screening na nakikita natin earlier yung mga possibilities na allergens ng bata. So meron din po mga bata na ADA. So again, on the first 6 months of an infant, no water, only exclusive breastfeeding. Another one is to have an adequate energy and nutrients for growth and development, and to meet the needs for an active and healthy life across the life cycle. Sustainable healthy diets are consistent with World Health Organization guidelines to reduce the risk of diet-related or NCDs, or non-communicable diseases, and ensure health and well-being for the general population. It also contains minimal levels or none of, if possible, of pathogens, toxins, and other agents that can cause foodborne disease. Okay, another experience I've heard from mom, meron po experience tayo sa mga bata na nag-ALBM and vomiting. So most probably baka toxin po yan na nakain nila dun sa prepare natin na pagkain. So it should also be when the child is already eating, like 6 months na po siya to 1 year. It is also very we should also be very specific or very keen to how we prepare the foods for our kids. So kailangan po, kung pwede po, sana, may sarili siyang chopping board, mayroon po siyang sariling plato, kutsara, nasa kanya lang. Tapos, hindi po natin kumbaga, ginagamit natin yung chopping board natin sa pag-chop ng mga meat. Tapos ginagamit natin para mag-chop ng vegetable at fruits sa bata. So, wag pong ganun. So, dapat separate po, kung pwede. Or kung hindi naman, kung isa lang talaga ang gamit natin, pang-isahan na. So, make sure din po na may, kumbaga, naka-sterilized po lahat ng gamit ng bata to avoid pathogens or toxins sa mga bata para hindi po mag-LPM or mag-vomit. Another one is to promote a holistic approach in promoting sustainability and healthiness of the diet, which also considers the environmental pressure and impact, accessibility, affordability, safeness, equitability, and culturally acceptability of the food items in a healthy diet. Now, when we talk about unhealthy diets, so medyo, another, it's the opposite of healthy diet. Now, a healthy diet is essential for good health. Alam natin yan lahat. And nutrition across the lifespan. Alam natin yan lahat. Kahit matanda ka na, alam natin na ang healthy diet will give you a good body. Okay, a healthy body. Now, it also helps the proper growth and development and reduces the risk of non-communicable diseases like obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. So when we say non-communicable diseases, those are diseases na hindi po natin, kumbaga sa Bisaya pa, dili ta matakdan. Okay? Hindi po ano bang Tagalog nun? Basta hindi ka matakdan. So like obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. Now, however, in the absence of healthy and affordable options, people may settle for cheaper food that may be lower in nutritional value. Now, meron din po na nagpa-practice due to financial problem, junk foods, pisora. So, pupunta dun sa tindahan, bibili ng junk foods, gagawing ulam. So, may mga tao pong nagpa-practice just to give food for the family. So bibili na lang ng junk food at gagawing ulam. So paano po sana po yung healthy diet natin dyan? So instead of buying junk foods, why not plant, di ba? Kung may okra ka dyan, steam mo lang, ay ulam ka na, di ba? So, yun po. Okay, another one is, now there are research from Department of Nutrition at Harvard School of Public Health that show that diet quality is important to achieve and maintain healthy weight. High quality foods include unrefined, minimally processed foods such as vegetables and fruits, whole grains, healthy fats, and healthy sources of protein, while lower quality foods include highly processed snack foods, sugar sweetened beverages, refined grains, refined sugar, fried foods, foods high in saturated and trans fats, and high glycemic foods such as potatoes. Now, ma'am, yung potato pala, hindi pala healthy. Healthy naman siya. But when we say high glycemic foods, these are foods that it is healthy, but it can make your blood sugar shoots up agad-agad. Kumbaga, this is very important for clients or for people who are experiencing high sugar blood sugar sa kanilang katawan. So we have to know what are the foods that are high in glycemic. So ito po yung mga pagkain na nagsushoot up agad yung sugar natin. But it doesn't mean na unhealthy na ang pagkain. So it's a matter of portioning. Portion lang po. At saka paano natin i-prepare yung pagkain. Now, consumption of highly processed food and sugar-sweetened beverages can lead to weight gain. Ito na. Obesity and other chronic conditions that put people at higher risk of at least 13 types of cancer, including endometrial or uterine cancer, breast cancer in postmenopausal women, and colorectal cancer. So yan po, no? So when we consume more of a highly processed food and sugar-sweetened beverages, ano po, kumbaga, no question, magwe-weight gain po tayo. Magiging obese. And unfortunately, we can have this different non-communicable diseases. And wag naman po sana. So another one is to consumption of red and processed meat also increases the risk of colorectal cancer. So I have a patient before. She shares na she was just 18, I think, when nagpunta ng kumakain ng maraming meat. So every meal meat lang po yung ulam niya. Karne, walang gulay. Until such time na nag-call center siya, nag-work siya as call center agent, yun din po ang lifestyle niya. So at the age of 22, she was already diagnosed with colorectal cancer. So just imagine in the span of 5 years, na-diagnose na po siya ng colorectal cancer. And ang pinakasaklap po, namatay po siya at an early age. So, hindi po na agad na agapan kasi kumalat na po yung cancer sa buong intestine niya or sa colon niya. So that's hirap na story, no, in terms of cancer. Now, another one is to consume red and processed meat also increases the colorectal cancer. In the short term, an unhealthy diet also contributes to stress, tiredness, and reduced capacity to work. So, yan po, just try, or just when you experience, if ma-experience nyo po, or na-experience nyo po na kung palagi po kayong meat ng karne, wala pong gulay in a week or in a month, wag naman po sana 1 month, let's say in a week or 2 weeks, mafe-feel nyo po talaga na nag-deteriorate yung health nyo. Parang mabigat ang katawan, hindi ka nakakaisip ng maayos, palagi kang galit. So, unhealthy, kumbaga, na yun po yung napoproduce ng katawan natin kasi you're not giving enough nutrients to your body. So, yan po. So, another one is with poor food choices and unhealthy eating habits, malnutrition arises. And this conditions happens when there is deficiency, excess, or imbalance in a person's intake of energy and or nutrient causing the body not function properly. Malnutrition also may refer to undernutrition it includes wasting or low weight for height. Kumbaga, payat. Hindi naman po ibig sabihin na payat. Kumbaga, ano na, malnourished na. Kumbaga, low weight lang siya for his or her height. Stunting or kumbaga, maliit siya for his or her age. And underweight siya, kumbaga, magaan or gaan po yung weight niya for her or his age. Now, this is true also to our beneficiaries for our school-based feeding program. So we pick or we get the the weight of our learners, and we include them if they are underweight, if they are wasted, they're severely wasted, we include them to our program. So yan po. And I'm very happy for our program na meron po tayong mga ganitong program to help our school learners and school-age children para po mabigyan natin sila ng mga proper nutrients po sa school. Okay, now another one also is micronutrient-related malnutrition, which includes also micronutrient deficiencies or micronutrient excess. Sobra po, may mga sobra. So like when we already have an excess micronutrient, especially those now they are already gaining weight, so overweight, obesity, and diet-related non-communicable diseases such as heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and some cancers. And kumbaga kung ano, ang heart disease, stroke, and diabetes, it's already a masakit na sa tenga, pero yun talaga kapag hindi po natin inaalagaan or hindi po natin inaalagaan ang katawan natin at hindi po tayo vigilant or hindi po tayo careful sa mga kinakain natin. So, next, so what are the practical ways to consume healthier diets? First is to create a meal plan. So, paano po yun? Magpe-prepare ka lang ng ano yung kakainin mo. Let's say, in a week, pag Sunday, may cheat day ako. So, ano yung cheat day mo? So, dito ako kakain ng karne. Pero wag naman po na the whole day na po, karne ka lang ng karne. So, remember, to have a healthy diet, we have to know the mubava,